You're watching Hot Rod Madness.
If you've ever been blinded by the chrome of a classic ride, felt the rumble of a big block motor, dreamed of building, owning, or driving a classic car, muscle car, or heart-pounding street machine, you've got it. Hot Rod Madness. At Hot Rod Madness, we believe every car has a story, whether it's a weekend cruiser or a trophy-winning classic. Here to bring you those stories is your host of Hot Rod Madness, Tim the Milkman and the Milkman's Baby, along with the Hot Rod Madness crew.
Hey, welcome to Hot Rod Madness. It's that time of year for another Streetside Classic Car Show. And as you can tell behind me, folks, the parking lot's loaded once again. Looks about like 300 more vehicles out here, and there's probably 300 for sale inside. We're gonna get inside and look at some and do some more owner interviews out here. Beautiful day for a car show. Lots to look at here, so we better get busy, Dollar Bill. Howdy, sir, how are you?
Hello.
Richard Davis, thanks for coming out to the show today. I had to target this thing, but well, mainly because of the color, and it's a bubble top Impala, man. Yes. One of my favorite in the whole world. Beautiful ride, man. Tell us how long have you had this thing, man?
I've had the car about 6-7 months.
6 or 7 months.
And you know what? I've had a lot of cars. I've never had one that draws the attention that this car's got. You come to a red light and people will hang out the window and take pictures or get out of cars. Yeah.
I'd imagine so, man. It does look like an attention getter. The paint on this thing is outrageous, man. So what color would you call that?
Well, it's definitely in the mauve family.
Yeah. Violet, mauve, whatever you want to call it, I guess.
Whatever you want to call it. I didn't paint the cars. This is the way it was when I got it.
Wow. Whoever set the chrome up on this thing, the polished sheet metal, that stuff is beautiful, man. They set it up really nice.
Yeah, they went crazy with it. I mean, it's all done up underneath. The whole frame is done, painted, and chrome. I mean, it's really quite a car. What I really like about it is you can sit there idling all day long. There it gets over 169 degrees.
Oh, that is cool. Nice. Wow, I guess the aluminum radiator takes care of all that.
Yeah, it certainly helps.
And it's polished up to match everything else under there. Beautiful, man. Even the wheels set it off and match everything in there.
You notice, and I didn't do it, but it's got TVs in the sun visors.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's got a DVD player.
Hey, well, you know, that ain't such a bad thing. You can watch Hot Rod Madness on those.
Yeah.
While you're cruising down the road.
Yep, I sure can.
Beautiful, man. Let's step a little closer to this engine. I'm gonna check it out a little closer. All right, looks like we're nice and color-coded under the hood. You got nothing but polished sheet metal, and the paint scheme follows through under the engine bay here. The frame is more purple than anything. That's just outrageous, folks. You see that? Wow. Okay, very detailed. Now that's probably, I haven't seen a chrome polished steering box like that in quite some time. There's some
look down in there.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, somebody obviously went crazy with the chrome, but I mean, you know what? It looks great.
It does. Looks really nice. It's very clean too. You have to polish on this every weekend, don't you?
Just keep it in a closed garage and don't let anything near it.
Yeah, don't let no oil seep out from under those valve covers, man.
No.
I hear you. That's nice, man. Very beautiful.
Oh,
well, all right, let's take a look at the interior, man.
Okay.
So, was I right about the year model? What year is it?
61.
Okay, 61 bubble top Impala, folks. And the colors follow through right through the interior. The original wheel, the original dash is in it. That's great, man, how they did not cut the dash up.
Yeah, it's got an tilt column in it, and it's got an unbelievable sound system. Look at the package tray back there. And you also see it in the trunk.
Oh yeah, it looks like 3 10s and a couple of more speakers on each end. Wow, okay, there's some amps in the trunk. Yeah, somebody duded this thing up big time. You say this is a West Coast car?
Yes, yeah.
All right. What part of California was it from?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. You just went down there and spotted it and had to have it.
A friend of mine had the car up north, and he had just gotten it, and he sent me some pictures of it. I said, hey, I got to have this.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted something that nobody else had, and you won't see yourself coming and going with this.
Well, you're definitely different here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, outstanding 61 bubble top Impala. I appreciate you showing it to us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the show, man. Hey,
All
Scott,
right,
how
sir.
are you, sir?
Good, nice to meet you.
Man, thanks for coming out to the show. I think the rain's gonna hold off long enough for us to see this beautiful 56, right?
Wow, I hope so. I hope so.
That's a 56, right?
Yes, it is.
That's
yes,
one
it is.
beautiful ride, man.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
couldn't help but notice there's a supercharger under the hood.
Oh, I'm telling you, it gets up and goes.
Yeah, if I understand correctly, this car actually hooks up really well when you stomp into it, man.
I don't really do that much,
Uh-huh.
but when I do, it really about throws you in the back seat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great car, really.
All right.
Great
So,
car.
do you know what kind of rear end's under it?
It's got the gearing's a 326. Used to have 411. It was so low I couldn't hardly drive it. so.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
If it hooks up that good, it's gonna have a low gear under it.
Yeah, but it's a 12-bolt Chevy, and it's really really good car.
I understand.
Yeah.
Now, is that a hopped up 350 or what? What you got under the hood
That's
there?
blueprinted, balanced, and with the blower on there, it's about a 540 horsepower engine.
Okay.
Really smooth running car. I was just amazed.
Yeah, you kept your AC on it, and it's all polished up under there. Beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
Came down from Dalton, Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you drove a little ways to get here.
I did.
Man, nice.
This is our second trip here, and I think it's great. And we are going to miss the rain, by the way.
Good. Good. I'm glad because you're also invited to our cruise in this afternoon right down the road here.
Oh, great.
Yes,
well,
sir.
we'll go over there.
Oh, sounds great, man. We'd love to have y'all.
Okay, good to talk to you.
All right, sir. Hey, I ain't done yet, man.
you're not.
I ain't even
get rid of you
I ain't
then.
even looked at your interior yet.
Oh,
I got to
okay.
look at that. Now, we saw a little bit of the engine, and that's just polished parts all over the motor. Let's see what he's got on the interior.
These seats are bucket seats that I got out of a Chrysler Sebring.
Okay.
And the reason we did it is because it has a retractable
Oh yeah.
three-piece harness on
Yeah,
it.
you got good seat belts in this one.
Yeah, and we had to send that away to a licensed dealer in order to put these in. They don't let you put them in there unless it's guaranteed to work. So you have to send them off and get them verified.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We done a little bit of trunk action over here. I don't know if you want to see it.
Hey, so wait a minute.
Okay.
So this is a 4-speed car?
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
not an automatic.
No, 4-speed car, and we have the
Okay.
interior has the custom gauges in it, total package.
Yeah,
in
I'm checking out the dash, and
Yeah.
those are very nice gauges. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they make a package for that, and it's wonderful. Really,
Beautiful.
really great.
And you
Really
didn't, you didn't go with the digital stuff.
No, I didn't. The analog to me looks a little bit better.
It does. That's what I was going to say.
Dakota Digital is a great company, but if I were to buy Dakota Digital, I'd probably go with the analog stuff they got.
Yeah.
Is outstanding.
Yeah, they're to me they're prettier.
Yeah, they really
Because
are.
it's not a black blank
Yeah.
screen when they're turned
Yeah.
off, you know.
Yeah, they really are.
So you can really see those.
Thank you for your
And
service.
just
Skip our
detail,
driver.
man.
Yeah.
The detail's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Don't go nowhere.
Nice
We'll tell you
ride,
the
man.
story.
Thank you.
This
By the
sir.
way, the color, black cherry over desert rose.
Okay.
And the desert rose is what's underneath the car.
Oh wow.
It's finished out as good as the top. So.
All right.
Two bullets.
Nice, man. Desert Rose. Okay.
Then we did the trunk over. We took these luggage skids, and we got them actually off of a MG TD. I sent to England to get those, and we had them put in there because I just think it helps the trunk, keeps it from getting scuffed up when you throw your bags in there. And
Looks
stuff.
good, man.
And by the way, Chevy runs deep.
Chevy runs deep, folks. I wouldn't have it no other way. Well, all right.
That's a I can't remember, but it's a station wagon rear bumper there.
It looks like a Nomad.
Nomad.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
Nomad
Yeah, I couldn't
bumper.
come up with that. Yeah.
You're right.
And that was neat. I'm glad I did
It fits
that.
nicely on this.
Sure
car.
does. Takes this off of the trunk, and you can smooth that trunk out.
Right.
I'm not quite done with this, but
Okay.
I am going to put a big V on there, an airbrush V. So
Well, all right.
and that'll be the end of it.
Beautiful ride, sir. Thanks for bringing it out and showing it to us. Hey, Bobby, how are you, sir?
How you doing?
Man, thanks for coming out to the show today. I saw this at the last show where we were at. I think you were busy. We couldn't catch the story, but I see you this time, and I'm going, man, that GT40 setup in the back of this thing is awesome. I gotta catch the story on it.
Thank you.
Walk over here for a second. Let's get a little closer, man. I gotta ask you about this. All right. Where's a feller find a transaxle setup like that, man?
The motor and transmission was out of a 06 Ford GT. Internet, eBay.
Okay.
Guy up in Illinois specializes in those cars, parting them out, and I bought the drivetrain from him.
Well, I was about to say, what'd you do, wreck a GT40 and part it out?
No.
I mean, not just anybody does that.
No, I wanted one, but I couldn't stand the price tag I want, so I just built one that I could afford to ride in.
Wow. Well, we honor you, sir, for building this one and bringing it out to show it to us.
Thank you.
Because you don't see this every day.
No, it's something a little different.
Yes, it is. I'm looking at some carbon fiber. The whole engine bay is carbon fiber, it looks like.
Yes, sir.
You got a very unique mount setup now. Is that standard GT40 setup, or is that something you came up with?
It's got a full chassis, home-built chassis under it. It's all aluminum control arms. It's got coilovers. It's got 6-piston brakes all the way around. This was a one-owner car. I bought this car from the original owner. I used to change oil in this car when I was in high school.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And I finally talked him out of it and wanted something a little different. That's where we came up with the rear engine deal.
Yep.
And as far as I know, there's only one other one in the world. It's a 69. It's in Oregon. It's a silver car.
Okay.
But it doesn't look original. This car, I wanted to keep the body lines original so it look original.
It does look original. Man, when you shut the hatch on this, ain't nobody going to know what's in there.
It's kind of funny. People come, they look under the hood, and they think it's an electric car until they come to the back and see the motor in the back. That kind of messes them up.
Well, I got to ask you, man, does it hook up? Have you ran this thing?
You get older, you get a little smarter.
Yeah, okay.
I've not run it as fast as it will run. It will probably run as fast as you could drive it.
Wow.
It hooks up good. It drives good. I own like 15 cars. This is my favorite car to drive.
Oh, man.
I love driving this car. I've drove it in the rain. I've drove it to Charlotte twice. We've been to Maggie Valley with it.
All right.
We carried it to the Mustang 50th anniversary and got top 10 out of like 7,000 cars up there.
I'll bet you did.
Yeah.
Very unique vehicle you built here.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different. Like I said, it gets a lot of attention everywhere you go because the people look at it, they know it's not right. They know it didn't come this way.
Right. Oh, yeah, of course. That mid-engine, the mid-engine setup, now that balances the whole car. You can probably hang a curve in this thing, too.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, when they first look at it, say, I bet that thing pops wheelies with it, but it really doesn't because the weight is forward of the rear axle.
Right.
And it's equally distributed with all the fuel and the radiators and everything being up front. And, it helps out with that. And the car's not real heavy. I mean, it's not any heavier than a new Mustang, but it's a lot of fun to drive. Okay. I enjoy driving it.
And on top of that big old Ford power plant is a supercharger as well.
Yeah, that's the factory off the Ford GT. That whole motor is just completely stock.
Yeah.
The way it comes off Ford GT. It makes about 600 horsepower.
All right. So let's step to the front of the vehicle and let's see what you got in the, under the hood, under the trunk, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, the problem with this car is when you go somewhere, you can't take a friend with you because you got no room for baggage.
Yeah.
So you put your baggage in the front seat. You got a fuel tank up front. You got the water tank for the intercooler, and of course the radiator and the fans and all.
Wow. Yeah.
And of course it's got air and everything on it, hydro boost brakes. And there was a big concern of it running hot when I built it, but believe it or not, it runs extremely cool. It does extremely well.
I noticed you got a radiator up front, or is that
it's
exchanger?
A radiator. Well, no, it's got the radiator up front underneath the panel.
Okay.
And it's got electric fans on it.
Yeah.
And it has fans as well that blow air through the tunnel, and it's got fans in the back. And it has the 69 Mustang scoops on the side that blow air into the motor. Trying to keep the most air blow across it. Try to keep it as cool as you can because you don't have a lot of air traveling across it.
Okay, you got some kind of scatter shield behind your head.
It's got a full firewall, 2-inch thick firewall, heavily insulated behind me.
Right.
Mainly to protect against the noise, trying to keep the car quiet on the inside.
I guess the heat would build up in there too.
Yeah, but I don't have a heat problem with it. It's it's got a little, when you drive with the windows down, it's a little noisy. But I can talk to you and we can ride down the road, listen to the radio, whatever. It does pretty good.
That's probably the coolest Mustang I ever saw.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
That's got to be the coolest one around, man.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Nice build. Bobby, I appreciate you showing it to us, man.
Welcome.
Thank you
Good
for the story. You are invited to our cruise in to bring one of many that this guy has to show them off to us later. And we would love to see them. If you can build this, I can imagine what your Camaro looks like.
Yeah, Camaro's different. It's all Z06 Corvette, chassis and all under it, and it looks stock on the outside as well.
Nice, man. Can't wait to see it, Bobby.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate you coming by, man.
All right, thanks.
Rev up on it.
So this guy over here.
Say $80 bill.
Hey, hey, Dollar Bill, take care. I enjoyed talking with you and seeing him. And
Good.
Of course, you enjoy.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah, you enjoyed talking with me anyhow.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Okay, bye.
Hey, Dennis, how are you, sir? All right, man. Couldn't help but notice all the display here on this Cutlass. You know, back in the day, I used to ride in one of these all the time, and I never, ever suspected that these would be such a sought-after collector's item like this one is. And I'm looking at this display, folks, and, well, I'll let the owner tell you how special this car is. Dennis, tell us about your car, man.
Well, I bought it new in 1973.
Wow.
And it was sort of like I bought it from a date car. I lived at home back then with my mom and dad, so I had I had extra cars, so I drove it during the week back and forth to work. And as a few years went on, and they moved up to Lithia Springs from Atlanta, and they had a garage up there, so I stored it up there, and I'd go get it on weekends, but after a while it got to be so far in trouble to go get it. And then I got married and had a family, and sort of couldn't justify spending the money on it or had the time to show it, raising, you know, 2 kids and seeing my daughter cheerlead and my son play ball and everything. So then I got it back out in 2005. So it's set for 28 years, and it's got about 15,400 original miles. And I purchased from Mitchell Motors down in Atlanta. And so I've been showing it, you know, ever since.
All right. So you let this car sit for 28 years?
28 years.
Did you start it up every now and then?
No, did not do anything to it.
Wow.
Just got it out and trailered it to Bill Guerin, which restores cars here in Lithia Springs.
Okay.
And he's probably been doing it about 40 years, and I knew he was a guy I wanted to do it. And main thing I had to do, as much as wasn't so much some cosmetics, was mechanical, because it sat so long.
Wow.
So he was a mechanic too. He drag races, so he went through it with a fine tooth comb.
That is good.
The only thing, everything's original, but the paint, it's original color, just has been repainted.
Okay.
But interior, trunk, engine, I even got the original paper mats that come with it that I kept from when I bought the car.
Amazing. Nobody keeps those.
No, I don't know what made me do it, but I did.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
it's pretty.
So are they torn, ripped, or anything?
No, no, they're in the trunk. Yes, sir. Still got them and everything.
The original paper mats.
Yeah, I got the original bill sheet.
Wow.
Like I said, so it's got the original Curtis 8-track tape that Oldsmobile gave you when you purchased a car.
Okay.
So
cool. Very cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. From what I understand, they made some T-top cars with this line of Oldsmobile.
They did.
As well, didn't they?
They had a 73 Cutlass S and a 73 442 and then a 73 Cutlass Supreme.
Okay. All right.
This was the only one that actually had sort of the designs in the seats.
Yeah.
But
that leather interior is special. That stuff looks great in there.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen one with that particular leather package in there.
But that is original, and a lot of people don't know unless you know Oldsmobile.
Gotcha.
But I went to the Nationals. I didn't enter in it a few years ago, but I talked to the president of our Oldsmobile Association, of the United States, and he said he'd probably not another one 73 Cutlass Supreme like it in the United States, original owner with that lower mileage on it.
Dude bought this car new in '73. Well, all right, Dennis, we honor you for keeping it in this pristine condition. That's wonderful. The Rocket 350. And you can tell, folks, by the display here, he done went to some shows and won some trophies with this thing.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, I entered it last year. There was 625 cars last year in it, and I got placed in it last year. But
wow.
Yeah, it's just this. And like I said, I bought it from Mitchell Motors, but I waited 2 months. I ordered the car because all the ones that color had the vinyl top on them, and I didn't want a vinyl top.
Right. Gotcha.
Because my first car had it, and I had problems with rust. So I ordered a car special.
You got a World of Wheel plaques.
Yes, that's the first show I entered in, was a World of Wheels.
Okay, you placed in that, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got first place in my class in it.
Nice.
And
beautiful.
So.
Well, all right, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate you bringing it to the show and telling us about it, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Nice talking to you.
And you are invited to our cruise in this evening.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
Dennis. You have a good time, bud.